Dear students, you are welcome in the Education Department at SHAHD Association. Our lesson today is an encounter with a bully. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more lessons and don't forget to activate the bell to stay notified. Our objectives are to read the story, to comprehend the story through answering different questions. Dear students, before we start our lesson, let's remember together what is bullying. Bullying is doing bad things to others, such as hitting, pushing, calling names, or saying bad words. What consequences can bullying have on the victim? Low self-esteem, difficulty trusting others, and become aggressive. What are the different forms of bullying? Physical bullying, emotional bullying, cyberbullying. Now, my dear students, today we have a story and it has two main characters. They are Johnny and Akiro. Johnny is a tall, skinny boy with a blonde ponytail and lots of freckles. He is an old student in the school, while Akiro is a Japanese boy from Tokyo who had transferred to a new school in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, who do you think is the bully in the story and who is the victim? I think Johnny is the bully. He bullied the new student Akiro to take his money. Now let's read. Now let's read our story together. The school bus door swung open and Akiro stumbled off, his book bag swinging across his back. He ran home as fast as he could. He didn't dare to look at the other students getting off the bus. He could hear them snickering and laughing behind his back. When he reached home, he stood outside out of breath. He took off his glasses and wiped his eyes so that his mother would not see that he had been crying. Then he opened the door and went inside. "Hi, Mom," he said, not looking at his mother who was cleaning vegetables in the kitchen. "How was your day, son?" asked his mother. "Fine," replied Akiro and went upstairs to his room. He closed the door and sat on his bed. It was the end of his first week in a new school. It had been the worst week of his life. He had been happy in his school in Tokyo, and he had always had good grades. He even had 90 in his English. Then his father took a job in a medical center in Memphis, Tennessee. Akiro had been very excited because he would be able to use his English skills in the new school, but things had not gone well. Earlier in the week, Monday was Akiro's first day in his new school, and Principal Rollins took Akiro to his 6th grade class. "Good morning, Mrs. Lilyhammer," "Hello, everyone," said Miss Rollins. "This is Akiro Wong. His family has just moved from Tokyo to Tennessee. Please welcome Akiro." "Welcome, Akiro," said Mrs. Lilyhammer. Akiro bowed to the principal and Mrs. Lilyhammer. He could hear some students giggling. Akiro raised his head and looked at the students in the class. Nobody wore a uniform. The students wore all kinds of t-shirts, jeans, and dresses. Akiro was wearing his uniform, like all the students in his old school. Boys there wear blue shorts, a white shirt, a jacket and a necktie of blue and red stripes. Girls wear a pleated blue skirt, a white shirt and a jacket. The jackets had the school emblem on the breast pocket. Akiro saw some boys whispering and looking at him snickering. He felt uncomfortable. "Come, Akiro, I will show you your seat," said the teacher. She took Akiro to a desk next to a tall, skinny boy with a blonde ponytail and lots of freckles on his face. The boy wore a t-shirt and jeans with ripped knees. The boy stuck his tongue at Akiro. "Johnny Johnson," called the teacher. "Behave." Johnny snickered and whispered something to the boy sitting behind him. "Okay, class, pick up your ears. Time for literature," said Mrs. Lilyhammer. Akiro tried very hard to understand what the teacher was saying. She spoke very fast. The lesson was one big blur for him. Finally the bell rang and the students headed out to recess. "Come on, Four Eyes," called Johnny. "Let's shoot some baskets to see what you are made of." "I don't play basketball," said Akiro. "What? Guys, did you hear that? Four Eyes here cannot play basketball," shouted Johnny. The other boys in Johnny's group laughed. "Well, we have a rule here, don't we?" he said. "If you can't play, you must pay. Hand in your lunch money, Four Eyes," said Johnny. "I don't have any money," said Akiro. "I brought my lunch from home." "Well, homeboy, make sure to bring lunch money tomorrow," said Johnny and pushed Akiro roughly. "Or learn to shoot baskets." He laughed. At home, Akiro asked his mother if he could have lunch money. "Mom, most students are buying lunch in the school cafeteria." "Akiro," said his mother, "the lunches I prepare for you are much healthier than school lunches. Your brain needs healthy food, so you can study well." The next day, things got worse. Johnny discovered that Akiro had difficulty pronouncing some English words. When Akiro said little, it sounded like Ritter. And when he said the teacher's name, it sounded like Riri Hamel. So Johnny started calling Akiro a kilo Four Eyes. When he saw fried rice in Akiro's lunch, he laughed and said to the others that Akiro was eating fried rice. The name-calling and bullying during recess went on every day. Johnny pestered him mercilessly because Akiro did not bring any money to school. Akiro began to dread going to school. His mother noticed that he was not his usual cheerful self. But when she expressed her concern, Akiro said he was just worried about all the new things he had to learn. Saturday morning. Mom, I'm going to the library, said Akiro. I need some books for my history research. Fine, Akiro. Just make sure to be back by lunchtime. I'm making your favorite shrimp and fried rice. Okay, mother, said Akiro and headed for the library. On his way to the library, he took a shortcut through a park. He heard shouting and yelling and was about to turn back when he saw Johnny Johnson on the ground, bleeding from his nose. A big fat boy kicking him and shouting. Tears ran down Johnny's bloody face. Akiro put his book bag down and ran to the two boys. Stop that, he yelled, or you will be sorry. The big boy turned to look at him and laughed. Oh, Pipsqueak, Spider-Man, hit the road, got lost, and he turned to kick Johnny again. In 2 seconds, the big boy found himself on the ground and in pain. Don't say I didn't warn you, Akiro said. Get out of here unless you want a repeat demonstration. The boy looked at Akiro, got up and limped away holding his arm. Who is that? Akiro asked Johnny. Thanks, Akiro. That's the meanest guy in the neighborhood. He wants money and threatens to beat us if he doesn't get what he wants. This time, I don't have any money on me. I think he will not bother you anymore. How did you do that? Asked Johnny, sitting on the ground. I've taken karate lessons since I was 7 years old. I can teach you some. That would be awesome. Now, my dear students, let's answer the following questions. Now let's answer the following questions. Describe Akiro's experience with his new school. His first week at his school in America was the worst because Johnny bullied him and he began to dread going to school. How was the experience different from his experience in his old school? In Japan, Akiro was very happy. He loved English and used to get 90. While it was very hard for Akiro to understand what Mrs. Lilyhammer was saying at his new school. Why do you think Johnny bullied Akiro? Johnny needed money because another boy was bullying Johnny, So, as a consequence, Johnny became bully too. Why do you think Akiro did not use his karate skills to defend himself against Johnny's bullying? I think that Akiro is a friendly and kindly boy. He is a polite boy. Would it be a good idea for Akiro to teach Johnny karate? Why or why not? So in a summary, remember that the first week in Akiro's new school was the worst week of his life. Akiro's family moved from Tokyo to Tennessee because his father took a job in a medical center in the Memphis. Akiro was wearing a uniform like all the students in his old school, and it was very hard for Akiro to understand what Mrs. Lilyhammer was saying. Johnny stuck his tongue at Akiro. Akiro did not have money at school because he brought his lunch from home. That's all for today. Remember to solve your worksheet and send it to me. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. If you liked this lesson, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more, and don't forget to click the bell to get all the updates.